So in this video, I'm gonna unbox and review my first soundbar. This is the Polk Audio Signa S4. It's you know, the way I see it, I feel Polk Audio actually makes speakers for. That's what they do. They don't make TVs. They don't make anything else really. They've been making speakers since the 1970s, so I feel that they have a, you know, their sound design and engineering has been focused on that. So I feel when I was researching what was going to be my first soundbar to review on this channel, I saw that they recently put out the Signa S4, and it really struck my curiosity. I just wanted to see what they could do. I also like the fact that it's a simple design. It does have upward firing Atmos speakers, so it does support real Atmos, but it doesn't have, you know, surround speakers. The added complexity of figuring out where to put surround speakers. Yeah, it's a 3.1.2 system, so it has one sub. It has a center and the front speakers plus the two upward firing, which would be the 2 part of the 3.1.2. So let's go ahead and get this thing unboxed and see what it's all about. It also looked it seemed, from what I could tell, it seemed like very simple to set up too, which I also liked. I kind of like the nifty, like, you know, you got the L-shaped packaging here, which is cool. So let's get this thing open. All right, so immediately you got first thing, you got the remote, included batteries. Looks like you have to plug in the actual soundbar and the subwoofer separately. So you got 2 power cables, quick start guide. What else do we have here? I guess they included an HDMI cable, nice touch. They included an optical cable. And that's it. So let's remove the styrofoam very carefully. Little subwoofer right here. And here's the actual soundbar. It's got some weight to it. I mean, definitely does not feel cheap. It feels, you know, I'm sure there's some amplification in here, obviously. So let's pull the sub out of here and get a first look at it. Got the Polk logo polished there, quite nice. Some sturdy, look like plastic feet with some rubber feet so it doesn't slide around. One thing I've noticed that happens, so this is a ported design and the port fires down, which I think is definitely better for it to fire down than to the back. And I think this is about a 6-inch driver. It looks like paper cone driver. I mean, you know, this is a pretty inexpensive system. I think it's currently retailing at $400. It doesn't get much cheaper than this to get when you're looking at a soundbar that has upward firing Atmos speakers. You know, I also wanted to review. I decided to review a soundbar finally, even though I very adamantly support like real surround systems with discrete speakers. But this is where the industry's going. People want convenience. They want something easy to set up. They don't want to they want to have a theater experience and they want to just get something that's way better than their TV speakers. And I think this is a viable option, and it's a really good option at $400, especially if you're just streaming stuff from your television. This is probably all you need. So I'll get you some close-ups of the back of it here. I guess we have one HDMI in, or TV optical in, an auxiliary input, and a USB input for, I think you can actually load music onto it and listen to it that way. So, but let's line everything up so you can see what's included. So you got the soundbar itself, actually has some nice like rubber buttons on the top there. It comes with the HDMI cable, optical cable, remote, 2 power cables, and I believe these are meant to help hang it on a wall. This is just a first look at the product. I'm actually going to set it up, listen to it for about a week or 2, and give my full impression in another video. But I'll go ahead and show you how to install it and get it working right now. If you're finding this helpful, I really appreciate it if you give this a thumbs up. So let's keep going. So this is kind of a quick little comparison. I got on the left my 12-inch SVS 2000 sub. And then you got the Polk Audio soundbar sub. Obviously it's way smaller. This is a really big room, but this is the room I'm gonna set it up in. So since I'm gonna be putting it in a big room, and it is a small sub, I'm going to use the acoustics of the corner here to basically load up the bass into the corner, which actually it's just a trick. You know, you can put your sub in the corner if you have a small sub, or if you have a bigger room, that'll increase the output dramatically. So that's what I'm going to do. And so I'm going to corner load the sub. It's super easy to connect this thing. All you're going to do is you just plug in the power cable into the back, and then just plug it into the wall. That's simple. The sub operates wirelessly, so that's all you really need to do. So I put the sound bar right here in front of my TV. It actually clears it. It's actually, I think they designed it so it would fit underneath most televisions. As you can see, it's not blocking at all. There's a little bit of a gap there, which is perfect. And another nice touch, it fits in between the legs. So I thought I'd have to put it on top for some reason, but it looks like it's fitting great. You can see there I have my real center channel speaker. The only thing that's going to be operating in this room is the sound bar for the next week or so. I'll show you how to connect the sound bar now. So one thing I want to note here is that you want to make sure you use the HDMI cable that says ARC. See, mine says HDMI in ARC 4. So you're going to want to find your TV HDMI input that says ARC. And in my case, it's HDMI 4. While I'm back here, I just wanted to mention one more thing about HDMI. Since it only has one HDMI input, you're going to have to run, if you want to connect something else to, if you want to have another device other than the television sound working off of the sound bar, you're going to have to plug it into the TV, and the TV will actually route the sound to the sound bar. So if you have like an Xbox or a Blu-ray player or something, plug it into the TV and the TV will route the sound to the sound bar. Okay, so you see I'm going to plug in the HDMI cable into the HDMI port here. There you go, it's plugged in now. Obviously this has a TV optical connection, which is included if you want to add a different input, you can add that, and there's an aux input as well. Also USB to load files, I believe. Here's the power connection. I'm gonna do that right now. All right, plugging in the power right now. There it is, plugged in. So I just plugged it in and a little LED light came on. I believe that's probably like a standby light, which lets you know that it's plugged in and stuff. I already put batteries into the remote, so, you know, let's see how it does. I just wanted to quickly demonstrate my current TV settings, or audio settings, I should say. So I'm just gonna go to settings here and then go to sound output. And in my particular TV, which is a Samsung, when you have the soundbar connected, you're going to want to select the receiver. It may say something else. Since I had a receiver connected to it previously, that's why it shows receiver. It should say something in parentheses HDMI. If you select TV speaker, obviously it'll shut that off and turn on the TV speakers. You can also select the optical input for the television as well. So I just hooked it up and I got it working all good, and I got Atmos working on it. Like a lot of soundbars, there's no on-screen menu, which I would prefer to have, but there's a pretty clear guide in the operating manual that tells you what color the LED will turn, and it kind of tells you what kind of surround you're listening to. So I plugged it in, I put on a movie from Apple TV, and it was immediately, the LED lit up blue, which means that it was playing Atmos. So I played the movie and my initial impressions are strong. I felt sound enveloping me like a bubble, like sound coming from the side somehow. I don't know how it's doing it, but it's doing something. It's fooling me into thinking that I have side surrounds. For $400, this thing sounds really good. I think the bass is adequate. So as far as ease of setup, I would give this a 1 as far as difficulty. I literally set this thing up in 5 minutes, was basically with one hand holding a camera. So this thing is, it's just, the subwoofer is wireless. Plug in your cables, make sure you have, you know, everything in the right, make sure you have your TV in the right input, on the right HDMI input, and you're good to go. There is no guesswork, there is no adjustments, there was no like acoustic tuning or anything like that. It just worked out of the box. So if you're looking for something really simple to use, that, you know, first impressions are strong, I think it really sounds really good given the price. It absolutely decimates the TV's speakers. If you found this video helpful, I'd really appreciate it if you can give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.